Robin Slim Show.
Hey, Robin Slim, how's it going?
Good. How you doing, Francis?
Yep, that's me.
How do you
Very
say?
manly name.
How do you say your last name? Because I don't want to butcher it. I butchered another guest earlier.
Everybody says Bonnet, but it's actually pronounced Bonnet.
I was gonna ask Bonnet. I was gonna. That was my first conclusion, but then I was like, I don't know. It might be Bonnet. So.
You know what? I just stopped correcting people because it's just too much effort. If people say Bonnet, I'm like, yeah, that's me. How's it going?
And you're a cartoonist?
Yeah, so I work on a webcomic called Suburban Fairy Tales, and I also done some stuff, some like writing work for Archie, and I just started working on a comic strip called Rhymes with Orange. I don't know if you heard of it. It's by Hilary Price.
What is it called?
It's called Rhymes with Orange, and it's been around for over 20 years, and was created by a woman named Hilary Price, and she has occasionally she has writers who contribute ideas, for the strip.
Cool. How long have you been a cartoonist?
Like professionally or
both?
Yeah, like my whole life I've just been drawing cartoons. I remember in like starting in 4th grade I was drawing Ninja Turtles instead of paying attention, and drawing pictures of Nintendo characters and
nice.
All that stuff.
I started in about 5th grade. I got to dig them out. I got to from high school especially. I got a folder a big stack of comics I used to draw.
That's
about my
cool.
friend Maz, who was Arab, and he did some crazy shit with bombs, and I think he got eaten by a bear, and he got shit out at one point. There were some good ones.
My stuff as a kid was just so violent, though. Like, there was this one time in middle school that I drew this flip book of this guy, one of my characters, and he shoots this gun into the air, and he shoots this bird's head off. The bird falls down to the ground, and he picks it up and chews it up and vomits it out. And I left it in the cafeteria, and somehow it wound up in the school psychologist's office, and then I had to go see the school psychologist for a whole month.
Wow. I had to see one in fucking early, 1st grade or something, because I laughed too much. I just laughed all the time, and I had
you
to
a
see
psychologist?
School psychiatrist. Psychologist.
Psychologist.
I think it's a psychologist. I think the psychiatrist is the one to do the medication.
Yeah, they shoot you up with the good shit, but they didn't. Yeah, because I laughed too much.
Yeah, so that was in middle school. I used to keep it under wraps until then.
Nice. That's cool. How long have you been professionally drawing for?
Well, I guess probably I started my current webcomic in 2005. So I've been working on it. So what's that? I'm really bad with math. It's 17 years. 17. What's the math there?
I was gonna say 15.
12 years, right?
15 or something.
Yeah,
it's 2020 now, right?
Yeah, I've been working for 12 years, and I have a bunch of books, and I go to Comic-Con every year, and I try to sell my books whatever conventions I can go to, and try to make some money.
Awesome. Are you self-published, or are you on any other labels?
Yeah. So my books are self-published. The Suburban Fairy Tales. Obviously, the stuff I do for Archie Comics, that's for them. So they really just buy my ideas, and if I'm lucky, I get credit for it. Because they need people to do sometimes cover ideas, cover gags and jokes and stuff so I write a lot of cover gags for them.
Okay.
But I don't get credit for it. It goes to the artist, and he gets credit for it.
Oh.
But that's all right because I get paid for it, so
cool.
Works out.
What is the most fun you've had doing a project?
Okay. So I did this one series where my characters entered reality. So I went around my neighborhood and I took a bunch of photos of my neighborhood and the backgrounds, and I took pictures of eggs, and because my characters are about fairy tale characters, so I'm trying to make a real life Humpty Dumpty, and I took a picture of a piece of wood, and I'm trying to make a Pinocchio, and it was fun, but it was a lot of work. I don't think I'm ever going to do something like that again.
So, like you said, you incorporate fairy tale characters into a modern situation, correct?
Yeah. So I draw everything in the comics. The comics are about fairy tale characters in modern day suburbia. So they're all high school age. So they go to high school together, and the wolf is the bully, and he's always killing the pigs, and the pigs miraculously come back the next comic strip.
Aqua Teen style.
Kind of like Itchy and Scratchy. In a way.
Who's your favorite character that you draw?
Right now, it's probably the pig, because Little Pig number 3, because I have all three of them. The third one I kind of see as the stupidest one, so he's the most fun to write for.
Was he the one with the brick house?
No, I go 3, 2, 1. So he's the one who did the straw house.
He is the dummy. He's the dunce of the crew.
Yeah, he's like the youngest one too. So his brothers are always picking on him and making fun of him.
Nice. It made me think too. We talked to an author a few months ago, Russell Nolte. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He did a book called Monsters and Other Scary Shit, I think it was called.
Was he at Comic-Con? Did he do Comic-Con too?
I'm not sure. Yeah, he's self-published. I know that. He's had a lot of stuff he's done, but that was his newest project.
I read a lot of webcomics. Like, you ever read Cyanide and Happiness?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. I sometimes I'll read that at work. I hope nobody from work's listening. And I try not to laugh too loud, because I work. My full-time job is a graphic designer, so I work in a very small office. So.
Oh, okay. Have you ever animated?
I was talking about you. You guys had a few weeks ago. You had Brendan Kerr on.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you worked with him as well.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine, and we talked about doing like an animated short together. Because I know he does his own animation, and he posts online and everything. And his stuff's really funny, but like really weird. But I thought we could work together. We're still thinking about it, but I just don't have the time. Like between like all the freelance stuff I do, my full-time job. I've got a kid too, and I'm working on my comics. It's just like another thing that I have to like make time for.
Yeah.
And plus, I like to play a lot of video games.
I was going to ask you, too, if you ever played Wolf Among Us, because that was a really dark version of Fairy Tales.
That was based on the Fables comic strip, right?
Yes.
Yeah, or not the comic strip, the comic book. I've read the comic before, and it's really, really cool. It's like really dark. Also kind of like a modern take on Fairy Tales. I have not played the game, but I played other Telltale games. I played the Game of Thrones game by Telltale. And I downloaded the Walking Dead game.
They're cool. They got I think 3. They had 1 and 2, and then they had a Michonne game.
Yeah, I get them when they go on sale on the PlayStation. Like for like $5, you can get like all the chapters.
Yeah, I wanted to check out the Batman one they had too. I never got.
Yeah,
to
that
check
looks
that
really
one.
cool.
Yeah,
I didn't play the last. I had Batman Arkham Knight. I know it's not a Telltale game, but I heard that one was really good. I haven't got a chance to play that yet.
I didn't get to play the last Arkham either. I played the first 2.
I played the first one and started to play the second one and just didn't really get into it.
Nah.
Yeah.
Was that the one? The Origins, Arkham Origins.
That one I never played. I played City, and what was the second one?
Well, the first one was Asylum. The second one was City.
I played Asylum and City.
And then I think it was Origins, and then Arkham Knight.
I didn't even know they had a fourth.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so Arkham Knight's the fourth. Origins I almost bailed on, because that one, I think that wasn't made by the same guys who made the first 2.
Yeah,
right.
That was made by a different company. Was it good?
It was not as good as the other one.
No,
Yeah.
that's how I felt about the second one. The City. I didn't think that was as good as Asylum.
With Origins, I got to the. I think he might have been the first or the second boss, and I spent like an hour trying to beat him. I'd never had that with a game before, where I just couldn't get past like the first or second boss.
Who's the first?
He was the hardest boss in the whole game. I almost gave up on that game.
I think it was Scarecrow in the first game that was really hard for me. Wasn't he huge and you were running around the building or something? I think it was Scarecrow. It was really hard for me.
I think that's when Batman is tripping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do a tripping show.
We should.
I'll eat shrooms.
I would listen.
Yeah.
I actually been my friend Brendan. He told me about you guys, so I've been listening like the last 2 weeks. So I think you got a really cool show here.
Thank you,
Awesome.
dude.
Thank you.
Thank you. What's been your favorite Favorite episode?
The one you're talking about, Slambo's boar hunting.
That really happened too.
Yeah.
It's all a true story.
No, it's scripted.
And what I really had you shot and the babies were in there and everything.
Crazy.
Right? Isn't that morbid?
Yeah. My buddy bagged a boar, and when they went to
I love that. Like Slim wouldn't stop asking more questions either. Like through the show.
The little fetuses just plopped out.
Did you take pictures of that or?
No, man. My one friend didn't. He wanted no one to take pictures of it because he was afraid his girlfriend was gonna.
He didn't want any evidence.
Angry at him.
You should take pictures. I posted on a vegan website.
And the worst part, the bullet went right through one of their faces. So
Oh, you didn't even tell us that.
That's awful. But that like I could see that as like an animated cartoon.
That is some good stuff. That's great.
Francis, I'm curious about all your other web comics because I was checking out a lot of them, and I guess you're only doing the one right now, but you've done a lot in the past. What's the story with all those?
Yeah, so I started Suburban Fairy Tales first in 2005, and then after like a year or two, I took a break and I started another comic strip. This was more like a science fiction comedy kind of comic strip based on an inventor and his robot. So I tried that for 2 years, and then I wasn't getting as much traction as I was with Suburban Fairy Tales, so I went back to it. And then, so I've been trying to get my comic strip syndicated, and I was really close to getting it in like a major newspaper. Like they were all set to run it and everything. Like I was like stoked about it.
Yeah.
And so then they said I sent them one of my books, and then I get a message, and she's like, we can't run this. I was like, why? She's like, we found some of the strips in your book offensive. And I was, most of my stuff is pretty family friendly. It's not like terrible. It's like Looney Tunes type of humor. Like adults can enjoy it, kids can enjoy it. So I was like, well, which comics did you find offensive? So she's like, well, you had one where one of your characters sitting at a Passover dinner, and they say you can't sit here. You're not kosher for Passover. It was the pig. And she's like I was like, well, I didn't think that was offensive. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And then she said there was another one where I had that she pointed out. She said he was talking about a girl in a wheelchair, and she wouldn't go out with him, and she actually stood up and walked away. And she's like, oh, that'll offend somebody too. I was like, so I got like really like bummed out about it because I was so close. I was like, you know what? I was like, just fuck it. I'm gonna just draw a comic strip where they just kill people, and so that's where I started Insane Forest.
Okay.
Which is just about a bunch of animals, and they just kill each other. They vomit, and they shit, and they do all this stuff.
I love the Twitter bird. You got the Twitter bird in there.
Oh, yeah. Just by looking at it, it kind of reminds me of Happy Tree Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that, but I got a lot of hate mail from that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, come on.
A lot of my fans were, not into that kind of humor, so I just needed to get it out of my system. So I did it for a few months, and then I went back to Suburban Fairy Tales.
You should have had a pen name like Francis Bonnet or something.
like a secret identity.
Yeah.
I brought up the Insane Forest, the first issue with the rabbit and the skull. Sal, I really wish you'd stop picking on Twitter all the time.
Twitter.
And, Twitter, okay. I wish I could, Bonnie, but unfortunately I'm an addict, and it's just a panel of him kicking the head off the bird. And then he goes, I took no joy in that.
That's great. That is cool.
Remember, earlier I said I had a lot of comics that I did in high school that were violent. This is actually based on those comics. So
okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Now,
so I decided to revisit my high school violence.
So the science fiction one you were talking about was Made to Malfunction, and that was your first one where you did like a story arc, like they continue each strip, correct?
Yeah, and that was really hard because most comic strips are done like gags, like you have 3 panels to like really tell like a joke. You have beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
It's really hard when you're doing a series that is still in that format, but you're trying to tell long stories that continue because you only have so much room for the dialogue. So that's kind of the reason. I think like a comic strip like that, or comic strips in the paper or online you read like that, are better for actual comic book format, where you have just more space and like a whole issue to tell a story.
I actually like how your art style has like the Sunday funny like kind of feel to it. Like a lot of times, like I haven't been seeing a lot of that like that style anymore. You know, with like newer cartoonists.
It's just something I've like always like been drawn to, like stuff that's in the newspaper that's kind of like simple, because I'm not like the best artist in the world, so it's easier for me to draw. And like Matt Groening, who does The Simpsons, has always been like a huge influence.
Yeah, I love Matt Groening.
You can probably tell from the style.
I was gonna ask influences, and what have been some of your favorite comic strips?
Well, like my favorite three top favorite ones that I've loved since a kid has been Peanuts, Calvin and Hobbes,
Yes,
and Garfield. Those
nice.
are like my biggest influences.
Those are awesome.
I'd say like more like the first maybe 10 or 15 years of Garfield, because I think it kind of trailed off a little bit.
Some of them
still good, but
yeah,
not as good as when it first started, when Jim Davis was still doing it, because I don't know if he really.
Yeah.
I think he has a team of people who work on it now.
I don't even know the last time I read the Sunday paper, the funnies, but yeah, it's been a long time since I feel that any of them have been good. Like they started falling off. I don't even know.
Like been 15 years.
In the 90s, I'd say they started getting real bad. Then Dilbert, that was another piece of crap. Dilbert was just bad. And what was that stupid one? Mary Worth? What was that?
Yeah.
Mary Worth is that's a really classic strip. And that's the thing about those the strips, is that it's so hard to get into, like to get syndicated now, to get into the newspaper, because a lot of comic strips are like legacy strips. Like,
they just
like Blondie
keep going, right? Yeah.
And like the original creators died years and years ago, and there's just no room for like new artists to get in there, and that's where I'm struggling to really like make a name for myself. So
I think Calvin and Hobbes is the last good one like that ever came out.
There've been like if you ever read Pearls Before Swine, which is in the paper now, that's pretty funny. He pushes the envelope a little bit.
Does he?
There's some that are there, but most of the really good ones are online now. So like you have to really try to find them.
Yeah.
Like Cyanide and Happiness, like we talked before, and Penny Arcade is another funny one.
I was like the Boondocks was originally a comic strip, and I never liked it in the comics, but as a show it was amazing.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah. But I think he quit. Like a lot of these guys that just get burnt out after doing it over and over again. That's kind of like why. Like with the Rhymes with Orange strip that I'm working on, they to like sustain like that level of quality after 2 decades, 3 decades of the comic strip, you need to kind of get like different perspectives on things, because doing like one funny idea every single day for the 365 days a year, it's tough.
Yeah, that's like when my dad loved Beetle Bailey. I could never get into that one. And was it Blondie with Dagwood? Yeah, that one was another.
They actually had like an actual live action show in the 50s with Dagwood.
Of Dagwood, yeah. And I never liked what was the other one? What's this? Family Circus? That one was just always so bad.
Bill Keane was the creator of that. And I met a lot of these people, and
wow.
Like at like different conventions and things, and I appreciate the old legacy strips, but it's kind of like Peanuts is like I said, one of my top 3 favorite strips.
Yeah.
But Charles Schultz died 17 years ago.
Does his son still do that?
No. They have repeats. So not only is it just not new material that is keeping fresh talent from getting to the paper, but it's a repeat of a comic strip where the creator died almost 20 years ago.
Oh my God, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's the
I mean, I love the strip, but the strip it was in the paper for 50 years.
Let it die.
Let it go. They do movies and TV shows and stuff, but open up the spot for someone new.
You could get, if you like the strip so much, you could get an omnibus of all of them.
You can get the books of all of them. Was that what you said? Like
like an omnibus.
Yeah. Like there's no reason.
And that's what I do. I have the collection. They have the complete Peanuts collection that I think it's Fantagraphic publishes it. And, they're really nice quality books. They have all the strips.
Yeah.
I read to my daughter, I read to myself, and, that's how I get my peanuts fixed. I said peanuts.
Nice. Francis, where can everybody find you, dude?
All right, so I have my website. It's suburbanfairytales.com. You can also find me on Twitter at Francis Bonnet. It's spelled Bonnet. And I won't correct you if you say it wrong.
1 T.
What'd you say?
1 T, right?
2 T's. Bonnet.
Oh. That's 1.
Yeah. So, Francis Bonnet at Twitter and on Facebook, at Suburban Fairy Tales.
Awesome. I think we got another call calling in. Robert Slim Show.
Hello?
Huh?
Oh, God.
Is this
It's Joanie again.
It's Joanie.
Joanie?
Yes,
Is that Freddy Krueger?
It's our intern's girlfriend. She's called twice tonight.
Yeah, just...
Yeah, I heard her in the other interview.
I thought we blocked her.
I was farting into a mason jar.
Ooh. How long do those keep for?
I'm trying to do it for charity for the poor Mexicans.
What?
He's doing it for what is it?
The inner city.
The inner city.
Did you just call Joanie a he?
She's doing it.
No! Are you doing stand-up, Joe? Are you doing, like, fundraisers, Joanie? Is this what you're plugging?
I'm doing fundraisers. I donated these jars that I'm putting myself into for poor Mexican children.
Porn Mexican or poor?
Poor, unfortunate
Oh.
inner city Mexican children.
I think Joanie needs a throat drop.
You got one for her, Pete?
Maybe.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I don't know.
Joanie,
I'm
you
just
need
gonna
to
hang up
clean
on
your
you.
trach.
Yeah.
Joanie,
Joanie.
it's hard to hear you.
Yeah, I can't understand anything that Joanie's saying.
I'm hanging up on her. She's hung up on. No more Joanie.
Aw, that's not nice. She's our only caller. She's our only fan.
She needs to gargle or something.
Oh, she gargles all right.
Oh, hey now.
Oh, she's calling again. What?
You hang up on me, what the fuck?
We couldn't hear you, Joanie. It sounded very distant.
I was on speaker, you son of a bitch.
On what? FaceTime?
I think she's drunk.
I was on speaker.
Speakers.
I wanted you all to hear my flatulence into a mason jar.
It's okay, I'm going to have trouble sleeping tonight.
For $20, you can get one of these mason jars and donate it to the poor children in Mexico.
For $20.
Why are you supporting Mexico?
She's against the wall.
Actually, I'm not. It's actually going to me.
Can we throw Joanie over the wall?
I heard they're gonna build the wall on top of her.
So we use her to glue it together.
Joanie, do you make your own glue?
Yes, I do, as a matter of fact.
Where can you get that glue, Joanie?
From under my fingernails and toenails.
Oh.
She secretes
You get a lot more from under there, too.
Oh, yes, ask Slambo. He had a bunch of it caught in his teeth the other night.
Ah. How'd you get it out, Pete?
I don't know. I was
It's
kind of
still
drunk.
in there?
I was kind of drunk. I don't remember any of that.
He must have had a good toothbrush. And maybe some dental floss.
I used Slim's electric
His
toothbrush.
slim spin
God
rod.
I knew it tasted
All
funny.
right. Lambo, don't lie. Let's be truthful. I gave him one of my extra long pubic hairs and he flossed it out.
Oh, you ever get one of those caught in your mouth, Slambo?
Yeah, it's not too good. It's never good.
Yeah, the dental floss, and you got something that'll help.
She sells it sometimes.
Yes, I do, and that goes to the poor kids in China.
I'm sorry, you gotta go to break. Are you gonna?
I started these charities because Donald Trump told me to. He's that sweet, sweet man.
All right, Francis, we're going on break. You can stay on the line with Joanie if you want. That's at your own risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, but I appreciate the
Don't
offer.
agree to meet her anywhere.
Oh, come on, sweetie.
Yeah, only if it's in public.
Thank you, Francis.
Have a good
All right,
one.
thank you, guys.
Thank
You guys
you,
are awesome.
Joanie.
That used to
All right, thank
be
you so
my
much, and
name. And I farted into his mouth. Then he left me with 3 of his kids.
that's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie.